this episode, I'm talking about how I'm personally using AI inside of my membership community to create the best member experience for my members, and also how I'm using it to be the absolute best at what I do in my industry. If you've been nervous about AI or overwhelmed with how to actually use it inside of your membership business, this episode is for you. Welcome to the $1 Million Memberships Podcast, where we help entrepreneurs like yourself start, grow, and scale multiple 6- and 7-figure online memberships with simple, step-by-step strategies that actually work.
Your life is about to get so good.
Let's dive in. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of $1 Million Membership. Today we are talking all things AI, and oh man, if you have been on social media lately, especially in the AI algorithm, it can be overwhelming. And there's so much out there where it's just like, is this actually something that I need to be doing right now? Or is this just going to get me so hyper-focused on something that I actually lose track of everything else I'm actually supposed to be doing, and then it ends up doing nothing for me, and it's just wasted time. And so this episode, I really want to talk about some introductory things that I'm doing with AI, just some basics that are actually such game changers for my membership and will be such game changers for my membership because there's still things that I'm implementing. I want this episode to just be really short and sweet and something that you can actually use, not something that's going to be overwhelming and that gives you a million to-dos. I just want this to be something that you can take and you can start implementing like today after you listen to this, something that's really, really easy and just like easy ways that I'm doing it. I mean, guys, I'm a single mom. I run a business. I like to take care of myself. Like, I don't have all the time in the world in the day to be doing things that aren't actually going to move the needle or things that are just so freaking complicated or going to be a waste of my time. And so the things that I'm telling you today, these are things that are actually so easy to implement and so worth your time to implement if you have an online membership. So first things first is I kind of want to address the elephant in the room. I feel like I'm getting a lot of messages, like just talking to you guys in the DMs and just like, and I've opened up some private membership consulting spots. And with that, that means I've been doing a lot of introductory calls, and something that I keep hearing over and over and over again is this like fear of AI stealing your clients or like people not needing your membership anymore because of AI. And the truth is, AI and online memberships, they don't compete. AI and say like courses, those compete because that's like information based, right? And that's something that you can get AI to make you a course in a matter of seconds. But that's not actually the thing that people really need to get the result. The thing people need to get the result is implementation and motivation and accountability. And that's where membership comes in. So those two things don't really collide. They really work hand in hand together. If you've been noticing that people have been saying they don't need your membership because of AI, it's not really an AI issue. It's a membership positioning issue. People want to be in community. People have so many different interests and niches and like things that they want to get better in. And especially with social media, right? Like our algorithms, they are just constantly showing us new things to dive deep in and hyper focus on. People have all these different interests, but they don't necessarily have the people in their immediate world to talk about these interests with, like their best friend from high school or their sister-in-law that they talk to all the time. They may not have the same interests. And so people are looking for other people to not only talk to about the things that they love, but also like be in a community to get the result. And if you are nervous about AI, you can actually use AI to your advantage to make your membership that much better of an experience for your members. They don't compete. They truly work together. So now, how to use AI, this is what we want to talk about here. Because again, this is like just scratching the surface. I'm still in the AI learning world. Like I don't know the half of it. Here's what I have been doing that has been so good. And again, just completely elevates the member experience. So let's get into a couple ways of what I'm actually doing to use it. So the overall goal, personally, what I am training my AI, and I use Claude for my like primary AI, I am basically training my AI to be a second brain. It needs to be my second membership brain. Everything there is to know about my membership, pricing, structure, members, what members are coming in needing, what members are wanting to achieve, like everything you can possibly know about $1 Million Memberships Club. I want my AI to be the second brain for that. And the reason for that is because when your AI truly knows your membership, your brand, so in and out, there is no stones left unturned. That's when you can actually start using it in a way that it's going to be productive and work and not just feel like AI slop. So here's what I'm doing. I'm taking different sections of what I want my AI to know. And so that would be like our processes. So for example, inside of $1 Million Memberships Club, we really operate off of 5 main pillars when it comes to membership building. Membership foundations, so like setting up your membership, automations, onboarding, like all of those kind of more just set up things. Massive visibility, growing an audience so that people actually know about your membership. Sticky community and retention. So building a sticky community that people actually want to show up in, engage in, want to stay in long term. Consistent sales, being able to actually sell your membership consistently without it just always living in your head, having an actual fully fledged plan to sell your membership. And building a world. So how to actually scale your membership. Now that you have all those other things in place, how do you actually take what's working and scale it to become a true world, a true legacy? Those are the 5 pillars that we work on inside $1 Million Memberships Club. So for an example, I'm going to take one of those every day and I'm going to plug it into AI and I'm going to get it to interview me on all of my processes, how I teach every single thing, everything I know about this. Questions that people might have around it. Why would people need this pillar? Like everything. Literally, I have a list. I have an AI prompt list that I give it. And I say, I want you to interview me on all these things. There shouldn't be anything left around this specific topic to ask. Then what I do is I put it on the like microphone mode, when it just kind of talks back to you. You don't have to like press anything. You can have a conversation with it. I'll put it on that mode. I will send the prompt for the interview and I will go on a walk with my headphones and Merlot. And it will usually keep going for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Like these are not really short things. It takes time, but it's so good because then it just gets everything. It knows absolutely everything. And I will do this not only for our frameworks, but everything around my members, my audience, people who would join and need $1 Million Memberships Club. I do it for everything. So that in itself is a process and it does take time. I'm still doing it. It takes time. But now what you can do with that is where the real magic comes in. So what I'm personally doing with this information is number 1, building AI generated onboarding quizzes. Inside $1 Million Memberships Club, when someone comes into the membership, instead of just kind of, having them post in the community, let us know where their membership is at or what they're really needing, and then going and trying to direct them to a certain place inside of the membership, they come into the membership, they take this onboarding diagnostic quiz, and remember, the quiz that knows everything. It knows every possible scenario, why something might work for one person but wouldn't work for another person. It knows everything. It's been trained for hours and hours and hours. It knows everything. And so then our members will come in, take this quiz, and the quiz is not even just multiple choice. It's actually getting them to type in, actually tell our AI exactly where they're at, what they're needing, like everything. And then the AI will generate them exactly where they need to start inside of our membership. So what challenge they need to start in. We have our membership now split into challenges based on what you actually need to work on so that it's really easy to stay focused and work on this one thing. So it'll tell them exactly, go to the sticky community and retention. As a secondary focus, make sure that you X, Y, and Z. So it'll point them to like a specific mini challenge that they should do inside of the membership. So maybe it's like as a secondary focus, you should start with updating your onboarding 30-day email sequence. So this really helps our members because members usually come in and they have a huge vision. Like there's a lot they want to do with their membership, and that can be very overwhelming because all of the information is inside of $1 Million Memberships Club. So that can be very overwhelming. But what this does is it really helps them just zoom in and say, okay, I hear you. This is what you want to do, but here's our starting steps. Start here and we'll take it from there. So that is inside $1 Million Memberships Club right now. The second thing that I'm doing, and this one's not actually at the time I'm recording this, not inside of $1 Million Memberships Club now because I'm still training it and still making sure it's absolutely perfect. but we're going to be implementing an AI agent inside of the club. More so think of like support. So, or say a member is inside $1 Million Memberships Club and they're really just like, oh, email sequence for my funnel is just garbage. I don't know what to do. So they can ask our AI agent or just put that problem that they're having into our AI agent, and it will help direct them in the right direction of $1 Million Memberships Club where they can find the specific thing that they're needing. Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't that what community is for? Isn't that why you want a community? Like, yes and no. This is something that's more so it's getting them immediate results. They don't have to wait for a human to see their question and then answer. It's like more of like an immediate support type thing, where community and like actual human interaction, everybody wants human interaction, right? We're sharing our wins, we're hyping each other up, still asking questions inside of the community and getting a real human response, because nothing is going to still be a human response. Like AI is so good for those immediate, I need this like technical question answered right now. That is what it's really good for. But again, community, human interaction, seeing what's working for other people, what's not working for other people, lived experience. That's why people want community. So again, these two things don't compete. They just have completely different purposes. So putting an AI agent inside of your membership is not taking away from the community. It's just helping the member get exactly what they need in certain moments for more of a technical thing. And now the third thing that we can do with AI, now that it is a basic trained second brain for the membership, is it can easily help come up with workshops, challenges, things that our members might actually need, and not just putting it into like an AI that doesn't actually know your business, doesn't actually know your membership, and it's just like spitting out random ideas to you. Again, this is like actually curated for the membership, for member results. So it makes workshop planning, content, all of that stuff a million times easier, and it can actually generate exactly your processes, your frameworks, everything you would put into something, but in a fraction of the time. Now, obviously, when you're using AI, you're always going to have to go through things. You're always going to have to change things. It's not ever going to be 100% perfect, I don't think, as of right now. But when you actually take the time to train it, and it actually is your brain for what you do, it can get pretty damn close, because it is your frameworks. It is your thoughts. It's not just pulling from random sources on the internet. It is pulling from your words. And I think where people go so wrong is they're just using their AI as like, it should just know things. It should know things about their industry. It should know things about whatever. But then you're just pulling from other people's stuff, other people's frameworks. You don't know where that information is coming from. And that's what's going to get you AI slop. So you need to make sure that you train your AI and it's only pulling from you. It's not pulling from other sources on the internet when it comes to your frameworks and what you teach. Now, here's a little bonus that I'm doing. Every single Friday, I treat this as like my self-study muse day. I have my AI interview me on my industry. I'll ask it to just interview me, like things that someone might ask about online memberships. I will just get it to pull the most random questions and interview me. And what this does is not only does it help me stay really connected to my industry and really connected to what I'm teaching, and maybe there's things that I didn't ask my AI to interview me on that it just like randomly will ask me a question on, and then we can add that to the list of the things that of like how I would respond. But also it will show me, is there any gaps? Is there a question that it asks me and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't know that. That then is something that I can add to what I need to know. And what this is doing is this is making sure that I stay top of my industry, that I am the resource for growing and scaling online membership communities. That I'm not just like regurgitating the same basic information that everyone else, that I am well-rounded. I know everything there is to know about the online membership world. And if there is something that I don't know, I am studying it and I'm making sure that I do know. This might sound like super obsessive and crazy, but to be the top in your industry, to be the muse of your industry, you kind of have to be. To be the membership that people go to and they know they're going to get results in that membership because that person knows their shit. You kind of have to be. You kind of have to be a little bit crazy and obsessive. Anyways, if you're inside $1 Million Memberships Club, I'm taking all of this, and actually we have a challenge coming up inside $1 Million Memberships called Using AI Inside of Your Membership Business. And it's a challenge that you can do to make sure that you are also using AI like this, and also using AI to make your membership the absolute best membership it can be. And it's not just competing with you. you're using it in a way that's going to elevate you as a founder and also elevate your members' experience. So if you're inside $1 Million Memberships Club, look out for that. That will be coming. I'm not putting a date on it because I have so many other things that I'm working on. Obviously, this podcast came out late and I'm so sorry. I think I've done that once before with this podcast and I hate to do that. But you know what? We have so many things happening inside $1 Million Memberships Club and I've been restructuring a lot of things in there to make it the absolute best. And $1 Million Memberships Club, I'm sorry, I love you guys, but it always comes first. And then obviously the podcast. So I'm sorry. I know I'm late and I'll try not to do it again. But hopefully this episode was something that just like actually helps you and I can make up for it a little bit. Anyways, I'll end it there. I don't want to get too long again. I wanted this to be super short, bite-sized. You can go and implement this stuff right away. Let me know if you found this helpful. Send me a message on Instagram. Let me know that you listened to this. I always love to get those. And if the podcast is truly helping you, I would love if you could leave a rating and review. That helps this podcast be seen and helps me be able to create more episodes for you guys like this. Anyways, I'm going to go. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.